Thank you for that. I first want to tell you, look, I am so envious of you. I really am. I wish I had spent more time as a student, both in graduate school and as an undergrad, understanding that the conversations I have that seem really broad can actually have an impact in the real world. In this moment in time with your generation where you can actually marry the big think with the ideas with legs, you're in a really special position, and you're at a time in history where technology is on your side. And so it really is incredible to me that a small idea can have legs and run around the world in ways that we could never imagine. I was just talking to a group of students just now who are looking at the issue of European Muslims, integration, assimilation, and the baggage that goes with what's happening in Europe right now. And I asked them to look at a piece in the New York Times Magazine from a couple of months ago that I'm going to ask you to look at as well, called Digital Diplomacy. And I can't remember the author, but it was written about two people. One is Alec Ross, R-O-S-S, who was Secretary Clinton's Senior Advisor of Innovation, and Jared Cohen, who is 28 years old, has written 2 books, is now left the State Department and has started the idea do tank at Google. And I ask you to look at what they're doing because it's 21st century statecraft, it's technology, it talks about what I've just said. How do you think about diplomacy in a new world and in a new way using technology? The reason why I'm starting with that to answer this question is because the things that you're doing in the classroom can actually make a difference to a policymaker if you brand it correctly, if you teach me how to understand it in a new way, to make it bite-sized and easier for me, not to dumb it down, but for me to understand that when you're looking at the big questions and the trends that are out there, if all you do, and I'm being really respectful about the importance of learning how to write, how to think, and how to analyze. You have to write papers. You have to do them really well, and you have to learn how to express yourself, absolutely. But how do you translate those amazing ideas that you get the A on from your professor into real deal stuff so somebody at the State Department, at the NSC, or the Department of Education can go, oh my God, had not thought about that, how do I move it forward? That's what he means by ideas with legs. So take your broad idea, bring it down to a place where I can understand it as a policymaker, and in a way that I can say, okay, got it. Here are the partners that I need to use to do this. I'm going to use the strength of the US government to do that convening and that facilitating and being the intellectual partner with the idea that you have and move it forward. When I think about some of the coolest places that that's happening, it's not in the government space, but who here has not heard of TED? Right. We're trying to do a TED generation change for this generation to get the best ideas of young Muslims from around the world into a place where they can take those ideas and take it globally. So you're taking the very cool, amazing, big thinkers, you're bringing it down to an 18-minute speech, you're making it easy for me to understand how to move it forward. That's what I need you to do in the classroom. So that's the best way I can think about to answer that question.
Very good.